Are we live?
Hello.
All right. Welcome everyone to the Rogue AMA. I'm your host Foxy, and we're here with our lead dev Dolores Force and Dylan Swartz, which is the Rogue CEO. Tonight's AMA is all about the Rogue AI, what it does, why it matters, and how it's been quietly reshaping the traders interact with automation. If you joined for the early roll or are just curious what makes Rogue AI different, this is your chance to go deep. Before we dive into questions, let's go a quick overview from our lead dev. What is Rogue AI, and what is the vision behind building a fully autonomous and privacy-first trading bot?
Well, that's a great question to start out with, I would say. What is the Rogue AI bot? Well, it is a advanced AI trading bot that's running on specific trading algorithms based out of Python. And what we've done is we've put one great thing out of one programming language together. We've combined it into another great trading environment, and we've merged them two into an automation scenario. And we have brought that together, and we're currently running it all on Solana Network with let's just say some pretty good success. We're still in testing phases. Our devs are definitely working around the clock, but our AI bot is basically a set and forget, hook your wallet up to an AI trading bot that'll dynamically trade with, let's just say advanced trading strategies attached to a LLM. And they'll run trades automatically set on specific time that you would choose. But it's not just one bot, it's literally an army of bots, and whoever decides they are interested in checking it out, they get their own individual bot. So it's not just one bot collecting trades across and helping everyone out. It's your own individual bot.
Automated trading takes the effort out of this for everyone. How many countless hours have you spent doing TA and got it wrong?
Right. I'll be honest, I've tried a lot of the old ones, and I've seen what's built behind them with the AI, and yeah, a lot of them are good, but a lot of them are not keeping up with advanced algorithms today. So that's one thing we wanted to focus on, and we wanted to actually try to make a reality in the AI trading area.
All right, and that kind of leads into our next question here. What makes Rogue AI different from other trading bots out there? So it could either be what makes it different from other AI trading bots, or why go with Rogue AI?
Good question. That's even a greater question than the last one, Foxy. I like those. Well, it's very easy. If anybody has any experience with AI trading bots, we all know that we sign up for them, we give an email, we give specific identification, we give them credentials, we give them our information. That's one thing that Rogue has been able to just solely focus on privacy, where we just need a wallet. We just need a wallet to trade on. So you create your wallet, whether it's Solana, I mean, it's all Solana, but whether it's Phantom, Backpack, Solflare, not Backpack actually, Phantom, Solflare, and we are introducing Ledger too for hardware wallets as well. So privacy has been a big focus on getting this advanced trading bot, because we care about privacy. We don't like KYC. I'm sure everyone in the deep pin industry and the crypto space knows KYC sucks. So if there's any ways to go about that and make that happen for people, then we wanted to provide that. And so we found some ways to do it, and we've got just a wallet. All you need is your wallet. That's one. Also autonomy. Some of these automated bots are very low latent, or they're very high in latency, so they don't have a lot of the hardware backing up the operations. So you have longer trade times, longer deciding times, so you're effectively making less trades across. So we did focus on what hardware we wanted to use, how it could be scaled horizontally and vertically. And we've started out with a small individual system that we plan to implement across the further phases after the first phase.
Awesome. That's good to know that we're going to have multi-wallet support because, as you know, we all use various wallets. Not everyone's a fan of MetaMask, but we have Trust,
Very
Coinbase
true.
wallet, things like that.
And I went off on topic a little bit. You know, I love privacy. Everybody really likes privacy. So that's one thing that I just went off on a tangent about. But our code will be on GitHub. I mean, it'll be in a package. So we're looking at a little bit of transparency regarding that. So it's going to be somewhat open source, not necessarily all of our software per se. Let's just say we'll leave like some trading algorithms and some certain things out. But most of our code base was built in the open source GitHub environment, and we enjoy it. That's what we love doing. We love open source code, and I'm pretty sure everybody can relate. We like things, coders and developers like things to be available and ready. We don't like to go through 10 different types of red tape just to get a small little snippet of code just so we can make our functions work or get the proper implementations to happen. But that's one thing, you know, open source, we do like that. It's actually built with Web3 development framework, so it's built to scale in the Web3 environment. It's not just a program, it's literally built to scale. So this is just the start of what Rogue AI is currently in development and testing.
All right. So you mentioned that each bot would have its own instance, leading us into how does the bot actually operate from a user's device? Like, do we have to physically download it, or does it just go onto the, let's say, M1 device as we're advertising it?
Yeah, so right now with phase one, we're rolling out just the browser-based web extension. Or it's not a web extension, but it's just a browser-based Next JavaScript app. So it'll be you type in the URL, you go to the main swap page, and then if you have paid to get access to the advanced trading bot, then you'll go click over to that, and if you get in, then you get in. If you don't, then you know you might need to hit us up on Discord. But it's literally a browser-based web app, and right now we're also working with possibly throwing it into an app. So if you needed to access it, say in your Phantom wallet, through other browsers on your phone, that is possible. We've made that happen.
All right, so we're gathering all the questions from the chat, and we'll definitely answer them in order at the end of our core questions, just for those asking in the chats. All right, next question. Can you explain the tiered hardware system and what kind of performance users can expect? So we've had multiple different talked about different hardwares between the IG3, the GPUs, and the H200s.
Yeah, so testing on all of these has been a little bit difficult because you know we have tech and hardware in different locations. So right now I've got some pretty good numbers on how fast the devices are trading. With the lower AI PCs, like the local nodes that we have, such as IG3 node, we're looking at 1 to 2 trades a minute with the AI. So you turn the AI bot on, and that technology has enough cores to run 1 to 2 trades per minute. So that's not too bad. When it comes to automation, though, you also have to consider how long it's going to take that artificial intelligent bot to run through its algorithms, run through its specific instructions. Yeah, it's on the millisecond speed frames, but all of that accumulates throughout the whole scenario. So 1 to 2 trades is what we've got it around right now with that same type of tech for the IG3. For a 4090, I don't know if anybody has any 4090s lying around, but we tested a few out on some 4090s, and we're looking at around 10 to 11 trades per minute. So far, we're kind of fluctuating at that, not really changing up on that. The H200s, though, that's a little bit better. We're looking at around 33 to 45 trades per minute. And let's see. That's what we have tested out so far on hardware side.
All right,
So they're pretty quick on those instances for sure.
a little bit of a bonus question there. So we talked about low latency and increasing trades depending on the hardware. How does that benefit the user, or how would that benefit the trader? With
So
faster
how
trades
would
and more
what
trades.
benefit the trader? Low latency and what?
So you mentioned lower latency, so under 250 milliseconds, and you mentioned more trades depending how we scale up the hardware. How does that benefit the actual investor?
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, say you're running your AI bot on a lower tiered unit, a node. You're making profitable trades every day, and if you wanted to increase that profit, obviously you would up that technology, because with certain tier technologies, I'm pretty sure most people are aware, CPUs, AI likes to run on CPUs a lot. So it takes up threads, it takes up cores. Every time those cores are in use, nothing else can be ran on those cores. So you're limited with the tech at what you can do. So when you go up in higher tier tech, obviously you make more, because you're able to consistently put in more trades. I mean, it's kind of like shooting 1,000 BB, or shooting 1,000 BBs into a target instead of 10 BBs. You're definitely going to get more cluster on one of those targets. With 1,000, you're going to take out that whole target. So it really scales that. So 1 to 2 trades to 33 to 45 trades. That's a good increase on the amount of calls that AI is able to make across these networks.
Awesome. Can't wait to see what the pricing structure on that is, because we all know that H200s are a beast. So
Oh yeah.
one thing I did notice was, well, we're an AI trading bot in crypto, but we're starting on Solana. Why did we start there, and are we going to branch out farther?
Good question. Yeah, so Solana, I think I did a good amount of research. I had a couple other devs get with me, and we spent about 2 weeks on deciding where we wanted to build this out in. Where did we want to make trades? Who was moving where? We really took to X on this. We saw what's popular. We saw, we know stable coins, but meme coins are in a Solana base. So we want to go where everybody else goes, and we're part of the same industry. So we like Solana. Not to mention of the benefits of Solana. You have less than 400 millisecond transaction times. So that's one thing that kind of didn't par to the other projects we were looking at to deploy these on. But the Solana ecosystem has been on every tier that we had to grade it as opposed to, say, doing it on Base Network or the Arbitrum network. It just stood out a lot more with certain factors, and I'll get into these factors. Some of those factors I mentioned before, like 400 millisecond block times, very fast. Swap fees, those are actually they're actually one of the lowest in Solana. So we chose Solana. We like cheap trades. We don't like to have to pay a ton of gas fees, especially for an AI bot that is trading constantly. So that accumulates. So we chose Solana for the swap fees. They're extremely low. Jupiter ecosystem, I mean, they have, not to mention, Solana has over 120,000 different tokens right now that are tradable. So what does that say to somebody who wants to develop in an environment? They want as many options as they can, and that took the cake there. 3,000 plus validators on the Solana network. So always there's a 99%. I check the network all the time. 99%, 99.7, 99.9% uptime most of the time, and I think we like those numbers. I like those numbers, and I pushed for Solana. I'm sure the CEO can definitely agree with that I pushed. We got to do Solana, and he did his research, and he said go for it.
All right. So cheaper, faster, and more money to be made. Love it.
Yeah, low cost, especially with an AI that's running 24/7.
All right. Speaking of the AI, what powers the AI? Like, where does it get its logic behind how to do the proper trade?
Okay, well, that's a little bit hidden knowledge right now, but I'll give some detail about what it does. So inside the AI bot, we have multiple trading strategies that we have trained the bot with. So they are right alongside the AI to pull specific JSON data to parse and determine the specific coin it wants to trade based on live data, historic data, recent data, and then the advanced trading algorithms that we have implemented into the bot. I can't say specifically, but it has, let's just say there's about 2,000 different trading strategies for the bot to choose from and determine. Most of the trades are gonna use the same trading strategy, as some of them are not as good as others, apparently. But we wanted to give the trading strategies, the advanced trading strategies, the option with the bot. That way we can at least scale up in the future in case anything does start to go crazy. We're in pre-bull run, I feel like, so who knows what to expect. So we added some relevant and additional features for the future just in case. But it's trading on advanced LLMs. They're also backed by live data, historic data, and recent data. And then it'll compare all of that with the trading algorithms, make its decision, and advance the trade. And these trades with the bot, they'll be reoccurring, so it's not like you have to sit there and sign every transaction. Those transactions, once you sign that wallet into the bot, those transactions will go automatically until you click for the bot to stop this trading. And then that's when you'll be able to take your profits and put them back in your wallet. Well, they'll already be in your wallet, but you'll be able to take your profits that the bot has made. Daily, the AI bot will have a profit margin on how much it's traded that day. You'll have your transactions on what it chose at what time. It'll be time stamped. It's going to be logged, so you're not going to be questioning what the bot is doing. You're going to see what it does when it does. It'll be dynamic and in real time.
Okay, so you definitely mentioned the bot's trading strategy. Are we able to customize that, or is it purely a plug and play, user hands-off situation?
So the advanced trading strategies that are built into the back end of this AI bot scenario that we have is that is not really changeable. It's changeable, but we're not touching that. We have talked about adding an aggressive approach to your trading, or like a moderate approach. Yeah, I like it. Aggressive. We've thought about these tiers with putting the AI on an aggressive approach with trades. So high profit, hold the coins, high profit. It's a little bit more riskier, but that's one strategy we thought about implementing on top of all of the trading strategies that it's currently using. So we're going to actually layer it. We want to give the AI bot we want to make him somewhat moderate? Do we want to make him have consistent low profit trades throughout the month or the week or however long you're choosing to trade with him? Or do we want to go all in, go aggressive with it, give it control of your wallet and let it go do its thing? That's my choice. I've been playing with that one for a good bit, but it's all in good fun right now.
All right. I mean, I'm personally going to go for the plug and play option purely because I want this to be a hands off. I'll see you in a month from now, and we're all going to be rich.
Yeah, and more than likely there'll be. We're still discussing what to actually put in. There may be just a default where it relies specifically on its back end trading. So there may be 4 options on that.
Okay, I mean, definitely something that we'll see later. It's only going to be phase 1 where we actually make it more public beyond just the beta testers.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of that, so how are we measuring the performance success of phase 1? What kind of metrics would say this is a successful phase, we can move into phase 2?
Okay, well, let's see. At like version 1 point, let's just say a couple months ago, I don't remember the version, but we were testing swap transactions. We were testing latency and how fast these transactions were going through. And a lot of times we were noticing the endpoints that we were using, the API endpoints through Solana, whether it be through Jupiter or Solana itself, their mainnet. We were getting a little bit slower speed times on those transactions. So we did a little bit of research. What's it going to require for us to get the best and fastest swap transactions put through? How are we going to make our trades priority over everyone else in the public? So we did that research and we put in to test custom, they are custom, but they are private API endpoints. They are ran through Rogue Evolution AI, and they are not on the public endpoint. So all that traffic that's happening on the Solana network, they're all fighting over each other for that quote. They're all fighting over each other for that trade to be made, that order to be put in. Well, with our private RPC endpoints that we have set up, we've actually eliminated those hurdles being on a public trading ecosystem. So we dedicated our own endpoints to make sure we kept a dedicated flow of traffic to maintain load balancing, pretty much, to be honest. We want to stay ahead. We want to be competitive. So, if we're trading with an AI bot and if we have a swap feature that's free, we definitely want to give the people who use that an advantage over everyone else using a free thing. So.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to be able to snipe everybody else so we get the best price in, best price out.
Yep. A lot has been taken into consideration when it comes to how can we stay ahead of the average times it takes to swap, the average times it takes to get a trade. So although all those have their options, and we actually did a good amount of research to find the best case solution for our project. I mean, let's see. Currently, right now, we have. Okay, so yeah. Right now, with the development server in testing, we're running under 983 milliseconds on upload time. So anytime you call, it's under 200. It's between 200 to 400 milliseconds of swap trades. So getting a quote, we're averaging below Solana's 400 millisecond public API endpoint. So that's one thing that we have been focusing on to keep the speed tests up, keep our trades, and keep the trades that we're making on our app faster than others.
Awesome. So we're going to take a step back from the hard questions now and probably go a little bit easier.
Those were hard.
I mean, those are the deep dive developer nerdy questions. So we're going to go a little bit back, something we talked about earlier. So privacy is a core part of Rogue AI's identity. Can you talk about the decision to go completely with no KYC and avoid centralization? Like, why is that important to us?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think the very first time I ever bought a device that would potentially make me money, bought a avenue of passive income, first thing I had to do was provide documentation. I had to say, this is who I am, this is where I live, and that's no go. That's no go in 2025. I believe. I mean, we're pretty close with all these data breaches, and KYC was #1 priority on our list to give that to our clients. So KYC is extremely important. We don't collect any data. We have actually pushed the data that is being collected, so there is very minimal trading data, so such as operational costs, things like that. Those will be on a record, but they won't be hosted in the United States. That's one thing we wanted to definitely make sure that whatever data we did have was going to remain secure. KYC, it shouldn't matter if you want to trade if you want to trade $5 or $5,000. We believe no KYC is the way to go.
Awesome, especially for those of us who've been in crypto for a while. We came in, no KYC, it was a wild west. To some degree, I understand why it came to the space, but if you want to make a big play in the crypto stock market per se, you shouldn't have to identify yourself. This should just be the freedom of making money.
Yep. By the way, yes, I know I said we are keeping it outside U.S. jurisdiction, but this week has been compliance and testing week for licensing and privacy policies, etc., just to get those on the up and up. So we have definitely done our due diligence on that aspect too. I mean, who does not want digital? Who doesn't want sovereignty over their own trading, right?
All right, so going into the next question here. So you mentioned scaling from IG3 to H200. Do we have any sneak peeks on what phase 2 looks like, or any secrets you could share with us?
This one is more on. This is more of like we don't have a for sure date on when phase 2 is going to be rolling out. Obviously, we're about to be launching phase 1, so we're hands down getting ready for that, all hours of the day and night. But phase 2, we're kind of looking at changing up into higher grade technology. So if we're running it locally on our AI devices that we're using, then phase 2 is going to be an open opportunity for those to jump on to a higher volume of trading daily. So if you like what the bot's doing, you're going to get an opportunity to increase how much that bot is trading per day. And that's with the phase 2 rollouts that we're currently in talks with and final decisions on. But those will come in phase 2, where you can look at the type of hardware you want these bots to run on. So it's just more add-ons and more options for you to choose from, and how much you want this bot to make.
Alrighty. So I guess we're getting ahead of ourselves, but let phase 1 roll out, let phase 2 kick in. Hopefully we get all those better features and those scale up, and hopefully we'll be the best traders out there with a better AI bot than the rest of the competition. All right, so we're going to move into the audience Q&A prompts. So let me go back and see what we got asked here in the chat. Okay, so we have a question here. So if it was truly anonymous, shouldn't the bot have its own wallet to trade, and then you can off-ramp your wallet when you're ready to cash out? So why do we have to use our wallets while using the bot?
Well, that's a great suggestion. I mean, this is the first time we've heard that suggestion. So normally people have their own wallet they want to use. They don't want to give somebody access to a dedicated wallet to share to a company. But that is definitely something we could implement in phase 1 for sure. For sure. We may do that. So yeah, if you're looking to have us set up a dedicated wallet for you, you take the profits out, and that way your own wallet is not being messed with. That's fine, no problem. That's the same thing as you going in and creating your own separate wallet, say in Phantom, and then signing on to that, signing on to the bot with that wallet. So yeah, of course we could definitely do that. We'll talk about it for sure. That's a good question. I like that.
All right, and we have our next question here. So, no disrespect, but why should we trust you? So, why place trust in Rogue AI and Rogue in general as a company?
CEO, do you want to come in on this one? I'll say I joined Rogue almost a year ago, and this is the one company that I have seen actually provide truth and transparency in an industry that, you know, everyone's always waiting on an announcement for what's going on. Rogue Evolution is pretty transparent, and I'm sure you can see us everywhere. We like to be involved in a lot of things, so that's one thing. We also take a personal responsibility into getting to know our clients individually. You're not a number. You're not just a person. We get to know you. We want to know what you need. That way we can find a solution for you that Rogue Evolution could fit.
All right. Do we have anything else from Rogue CEO? I know you're speaking up earlier.
No, Dolores has got this, man.
Okay, definitely crushed that question. All right, going into the next question here. Not sure if the bot works like this, but how fast can it get out of a trade?
I'm sorry. How fast can it get out of a trade?
Isn't that like 38? It's like 38 milliseconds, right, to execute the command and end it?
Yeah,
like
it's under 100 milliseconds to stop the bot. It's low. It's like double digits. I'd have to get back on my other guys on those.
Yeah, but when I was running on Mac. Yeah, when I was running on the MacBook, even just running the command line, I mean, I was 38 milliseconds just to end the trade. But
yeah,
again, you'd still wait for it.
If it's in the middle of if it's in the middle of a trade, it's going to confirm that trade and sign that trade due to the recurring transactions that's attached to it. So that's part of the reason why you don't have to sit in front of the computer and stop the trade and watch the charts and make your market orders and your stop sales and all that. You don't have to do that. As soon as you hit stop, the AI bot will make its final trade that it was working on. If it didn't submit its trade, then it will stop that trade prior to putting in the swap transaction. So when it does that, you'll stop. We are looking under 200 millisecond times, and I'm pretty sure CEO is right when it's the double digit milliseconds.
Yeah, I'm almost curious if this one was more like speed of the trade versus if a trade's going bad, will the bot know to get out? But you don't need to answer that one. More clarity.
Yeah, the top one, 512 milliseconds is the initial execution, and then after that, that's per trade.
And all this is being tested on different pieces of hardware to see these numbers. So I'm glad we got these numbers.
All right, so we're going to move into the next question here. So is it threads or GPUs to make the trading faster?
It'll actually be a combination of both. So the hardware, depending on if you decide you want to go from a normal hosted device, because normally those don't have GPUs. If you have, say just like one of the mini form factor nodes out there, you don't have a GPU built inside it necessarily, but you do have a very nice CPU, and AI runs very, very efficiently on cores and threads. When you introduce GPUs into it, that enhances it, obviously double to triple. But that comes obviously with its uptime and the cost to actually run those GPUs and stuff. But might have did I answer the question thoroughly, or I might have skipped that a little bit?
I mean, you answered it. You pretty much covered it, especially with our lower tiers. It's going to be purely CPU based because there's no, as you said, there's no GPUs in there. And as we scale up, you'll have, so it's kind of like with gaming, your CPU and your GPU both kick in to help your game process and work faster.
Yeah, so AI, I mean, everybody knows AI, but AI can literally run one of the lowest forms of AI, the lowest tiers AI, can run on 2 cores on a CPU. So, I mean, if those are the minimum capabilities for an AI, granted, it's going to be super slow. Might take 14 seconds to get a response, but 2 cores, I mean, you don't need a whole lot. But when it comes to the trading, that's when we look at the scalability in the vertical side of things, which comes with the hardware.
Okay, it looks like we got some clarity on our previous question. That's kind of what I thought it was. So if a trade is going bad, how fast to get out? So does the bot actually work like that, or can it do that?
No, the bot is not going to put in a trade if it's bad. It's framed out to only, so if it puts in a trade, it is going off of specific trading strategies that have parameters set for profit in a specific range, and each of these strategies have parameters set for profit. So if if the bot is going to put in a trade, it's going to put in a trade to where it can make that profit. So it's not going to ever put in a trade and sell for a loss. It's either going to sit and hold on that coin, which you're going to see that, obviously, it's on that wallet that you have access to. You'll see that coin sitting on that wallet. If that coin doesn't move, obviously the bot has not decided to put a trade on that coin yet. So it's not necessarily making bad trades. It's not making the trades if they're bad.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for the clarity on that one.
But it's always dynamically, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Foxy. I'll add this. It's dynamically looking across what it can trade for profit. And across 120,000 tokens, it's there.
All right, and we have our next question here. So will the hardware do more than just run the AI bot? For example, dual mining. Like, I know when you have the M1 unit, you're going to be able to mine the TOPS token as well. But will we ever dual mine with or do other things with the bot besides just the trading?
Well, I think there's more bots that we can build. Obviously, this bot is just the start of what Rogue is actually pushing out to the public. So whether that bot comes along in other projects, or we can utilize it for other things that we want to push and pursue. I mean, this is the tech world. We got to be innovative. So I can't say no. It's a maybe.
Right. And next question here is: Are we ready to demo it, or is that going to take a little bit of time?
I don't have access right now to it. It is undergoing stress tests right now, so I can't touch it at the moment.
Yeah, and I was blowing your phone up on the back, and I was like, "Can we show it?" And you're like, "No, it's not ready. It's doing testing." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Wow."
And I apologize for the long wait, but we want to give people what we're talking about. And I think everybody knows patience is a virtue, and good things come to those who wait. And I'll say I've been a part of this build from the ground up, from day one, and from what I've seen it as the beginning, and from what I see it as now, it's it's needing every bit of testing it can before we give it to you guys, and I think that's very responsible to do it that way. So just give us a little more time. We're finalizing some of these tests. We'll have some actual numbers with wallets and dollar signs to show you guys here in a few days. So,
All right, and you have a follow-up question here. How many negative trades has it had compared to positive trades?
we've had 0 negative trades on this bot, and that's because we coded it for that purpose. It won't make a negative trade. It will always look for a new coin to trade and make a profit on. And if it doesn't, then it's going to sit on that coin and find another coin.
And in other words, it's targeting pump.fun rug coins, and it's getting in and out before the founder can rug it. So it's getting in early on a lot of these rug coins, and you're making a profit off of it before they rug.
I'm sure everybody has had their fair share of pump.fun.
I was like, that's just like one option for the bot. We'll be trading more tokens than just the pump.fun.
100%.
Just to clarify.
Any coin that's currently trading on Solana ecosystem is what the bot has. And we also have certain things put in place for projects, so this bot doesn't go haywire. You know, it's not going to steal the market, but that comes with its coding issues itself. So
All right, so that's
we've
all.
had fun building this the last few months. I'll say that.
Oh, yeah, it's been really fun. Thousands of hours, man. Thousands of hours. And very light calls.
Dude, burnt up pieces of tech and equipment in the process. It's been fun.
Head of dev over here ripping his hair out, like about throwing stuff. Why ain't this working?
Yeah. So
Next
just so
day,
you
we're
know,
like, oh.
yeah, it's an entire team behind this project. It's going through compliance and running through making sure everything is up to code and licensing. We've built something very, very impressive. We're almost ready to release it. I can't say we're ready to, even though I want to so bad. We're just not quite ready.
We need to release it, dude. There's so many risk levels. There's low risk, medium risk, high risk. Obvious, the higher the risk, the success rate kind of is around. It moves around, but the lower risk is a really high success rate. I just randomly threw a P&L loss portfolio status up, just for the kicks and giggles of it, So we're like, oh.
So to answer this question,
I want to answer that one. I want to answer that one.
Oh, all right.
You motherfucker. Yeah, so we actually, phase 2 and phase 3, we're actually working on Node software. So we will actually be selling Node software. So that way, if you want to make passive income off your PC when you're not using it, you can actually turn this Node software on, converting your hardware into a mini server to run the bot while getting paid out in Solana or Bitcoin every month. This ain't a TGE thing, you're actually getting paid in main tokens. You're getting paid in Bitcoin or Solana.
Lots to roll out in the next 6 months.
All right, that seems to answer pretty much the next comment there, with they just buying a server up, so you can turn your server into a profit maker for you. All right, so it looks like that's all the community questions. Is there any closing remarks, anything left unsaid, anything you want to tell the community?
Yes, I want to tell everybody thank you. You know, it's because of you guys that we have the drive to get up every day and do this 24, 25 hours out of the day, sometimes 48 hours. We work our butts off, and it's because we want to give you guys something great. And what we have right now is really good. Finalizing the testing, we'll be able to show you guys some live trades here in a few days. So I just want to say thank you guys for the opportunity to be here and put forth our talents, our gifts, and you know, thank you for sticking around with us and watching us as we try to be inventive. We do things for you guys, and that's our passion. That's my passion. So thank everyone, thank the community. Just want to say that.
It's like any words of wisdom from our leader, our rogue CEO. Or any closing remarks at that?
When TGE.
Yo, calm yourself. We don't have a token yet, all right? Or is that
we
hint
will.
for the
We
future?
So I'll kind of hint that. So we're not going to do a token until like 6 months from now. So we're not going to do this TGE crap. So it's going to be, you're getting paid day one. So it's like, if you're actually putting compute up, you should be getting paid for that compute, not taking 6 to 12 months like IG3 did.
All right, so we're going to take this last question. Either one of you can answer that. So will y'all be looking for a host as well? Like, say, if I have a 2 gigabyte fiber sequential line.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah, phase 3. Yeah, phase 3 we'll be looking for hosting people.
Yeah, join
everything
the
will have to
Discord.
be-
Let us talk to you on Discord for sure.
Yeah, everything would have to be decentralized. So let's say you have 5 servers or 10 servers, then you'd be eligible. Anything more than 10 servers, we don't want, because we want to stay decentralized on deployments.
Yeah.
All right, so we're saying your hardware. Are we talking about providing bandwidth to us? Because that's wild. That's a lot.
You mean getting paid for internet usage? Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be monitoring that too.
All right. Does it mean you host their software for others to use the bot or for your own access? So when you're
I'll
running our
answer that.
software, is it for other people or is it for us?
No, it's your own. If you decide
Yes.
to.
Yeah, so when you'll run the node, so this is something that I'm going to be heading up actually. So on the software, there'll be 2 options. You can use it only for yourself or offer a hosting option for others. So it would be like private or anyone access. All of your PC data is separate. You're just running a command from GitHub on your PC where it pulls your processing compute and it uses that. So all your data is completely secure and private.
Who doesn't love decentralization, man?
We got too much centralization and too many giants out there is overcharging for something we can provide as a community if we just pull everything together. All right, just looking for any follow-up or else we will seek to end the stream.
Oh, one other comment. So if you do the hosting option on the software, you get paid for the hosting option. Like if you have a 95+% uptime and you're hosting for, let's say, 10+ people, you're making over $3,000 to $5,000 a month, practically guaranteed.
That's the perfect closing remark, I'm gonna say. I don't think I can top that.
So I can just go about my day, chill at the beach, and go to the supermarket and just be making a ton of money.
I mean, yeah, quit my job, dude. Let me quit my job. Just watch.
Well, imagine a project where it actually gives back to the community instead of taking it. Yeah, we make money off of it, but almost 100% of that subscription fees is actually going back to the community for the people hosting. And the purchase more hardware, of course. But there's a dev fee that's also taken out that I don't know, should we clarify more on that? Where it goes towards paying the dev team to run it.
The dev fees are literally the same cost as you would pay a public Solana transaction. So, granted, you're looking for quotes, but the swap fees are the same as Solana's on the public APIs. So, We did that too. We care about you guys.
Yep. So end of the day, Rogue's providing a service, so there will be subscriptions and some fees, but you will be making far more than what you pay into it to actually use the bot and its software. What do we got? Yes, we will put this in writing on the Discord. I plan to release the video. We're going to transcribe it, and we're going to make clips and everything else for this. So you don't have to watch this again to get all the information.
Yeah, stay tuned next week. In the next few days, we'll be rolling a lot of documentation out.
All right, so that's all the questions. We're going to end our stream. So I'd like to give a big thanks to our lead developer, Rogue CEO, for showing up. And I can't wait to see what's to come with this phase 1 rollout.
Let's go get it, guys.
All right. Have a good day, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.